Hey United students, my name is Anthony and we are starting something brand new here on the United Students YouTubes. We are going to be putting out some content every single week, and we're going to be doing videos just like this where every week we are going to be talking about a different topic that maybe some of you guys are dealing with, a different question some of you guys are asking, and we're going to have different people on here every week talking about some different things. So it's going to be awesome. We are just looking forward to putting out some amazing content, so stay tuned for so much more. But today we are going to be talking about this topic of comparison. And I don't know if anybody out there watching this is like me, but I am a very competitive person. Like, to say that I'm competitive is an understatement. I am super competitive to the point where I will turn everything and anything into a competition. Like, everything is a competition. Recently I was in the gym and I was running on the treadmill, just kind of doing my thing. Had a really good pace going on. I was feeling good, had a good sweat going on, feeling great. And I look over to my left and there's this guy running on a treadmill next to me. And I realized that he is running just a little bit faster than me, and I could see his speed on the little thing, and turns out his speed was faster than mine. So I'm like, that's not gonna happen. I gotta be running faster. So I increased my speed. I'm going, feeling good. And after a couple minutes, he increases his speed and he's going faster than me again. And now we are in an all-out race. And I don't think he even realizes this, but we are in a race, and I'm gonna win this thing for sure. So I gotta bump up my speed. And after about 10 minutes, I won the race. I don't think he realized that, but I knew it, and I knew that I won. But this is the kind of person that I am. Everything gets turned into a competition, and maybe you're like me. And for me, something else that I struggle with is not just competition, but I struggle with comparing myself to other people. And a lot of people who are competitive struggle with comparison as well. And today we're going to be talking about how we can stay out of the comparison trap, because comparison is really a terrible thing to fall into. So we're going to be reading from the book of Luke, chapter 15. And this is in the story of the prodigal son, but we're going to be talking about the older son. So he doesn't get as much attention, but the older son, he was falling into this comparison trap. So we're going to be talking about him. Down in verse 25, it says, "Now the older son was in the field, and as he came to draw near to the house, he heard music and dancing. And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said to him, 'Your brother has come, and your father has killed the fattened calf, because he has received him back safe and sound.' But he was angry. He refused to go in, and his father came out and entreated him. But he answered his father, 'Look, these many years I've served you. I've never disobeyed your command, yet you never even gave me a young goat that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed a fattened calf for him.' And they said to him, 'Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. It was fitting to celebrate. Be glad, for this brother of yours was dead, and he's alive. He was lost, and now he's found.'" You see, there was a party going on outside, but his brother was throwing his own party. He was throwing a pity party for himself because he was upset. He's outside moping around because he says, "Man, all these years I've done everything that I was asked. How come you've never thrown me a party? How come you never had a feast for me? Where's my fattened calf?" And he's outside moping around. His father comes out to him and says, "Son, everything I have is yours." So essentially, he's been missing out on blessings for all these years because he's been living his life comparing himself to other people, and he missed out on blessings. So today I want to talk about three things that comparison does. Comparison does three things. First thing, comparison steals your joy. Comparison steals your joy. Listen, here's the thing. We live in a culture where the comparison trap is all around us. Come on, as soon as you open up Instagram, like, you're immediately tempted to compare yourself to everybody else. You know, you're scrolling through, everything's good, you're feeling all right, but then you see that your friend just got a new car, and you're like, oh, man, they just got a new car, must be nice. Just keep scrolling. Oh, they just copped those shoes that I've been wanting, man, that must be nice. Oh, they're in a relationship now, must be nice. Oh, they got invited to that party that I didn't, oh, must be nice. And you see, you instantly fall into the comparison trap. You were happy with the car that you had until you saw the new car that they just got. You were happy with the shoes that you had until you saw their shoes. And all of a sudden, what you have doesn't look as good anymore. And here's what you have to remember, especially with social media, where it's so easy to compare yourself to other people. You have to remember that what you're looking at as you're scrolling through your feed, you're not looking at their actual life. You're looking at the highlight reels of their life. See, nobody posts all the moments where they're sitting in their room alone on a Friday night. Nobody posts their hand-me-down shoes. Nobody posts their car that just broke down. People post their highlight reels, and what you have to remember is that you're comparing your actual life to someone else's highlight reel, and this is always dangerous to do. So comparison steals your joy. Second thing, comparison kills progress. It kills progress. You see, it's impossible to focus on your success when you're focused on someone else's success. There's a quote that was up on the wall in the gym that I worked out at, and it says, "The only person you have to be better than is who you were yesterday." Come on, that's good. The only person you have to be better than is who you were yesterday. And this goes for not just working out in the gym, but it goes for all areas of your life. You don't have to compete with anybody except for yourself. It's you against you. You just got to look at the person you were yesterday, the person you were 6 months ago, 2 years ago, and just constantly compare yourself and make sure that you are getting better. Focus on your progress, focus on your growth. And this applies to every area in life. If you play sports, you can't be focused on your game when you're focused on somebody else's game. So you can't be grateful for the things that you have if you're focused on everything that you don't have. And just like the older brother, comparison will always rob you of the blessings that are right in front of you, and it'll kill your growth. It'll kill your progress. So comparison kills progress. The third thing is comparison makes you fake. Comparison makes you fake. So here's the gradual progression of the comparison trap. First, you start comparing yourself to other people around you. And then you start to say, man, if I want to be like them, if I want to have what they have, I need to do what they do. So now all of a sudden you start saying, man, I gotta hang out with the people they hang out with. I gotta live the way they live. I need to talk the way they talk. I need to make the same choices that they make because I want what they have. And before you know it, comparison turns you into somebody that you were never meant to be, because you try to imitate the people around you so that you can get what they have. But you see, it's so easy to fall into this comparison trap and to forget that God created you uniquely. God handcrafted you individually, and God does not make mistakes, but He made you exactly the way you are. He made you on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. And you don't have to try to imitate anybody else, because God made you specifically exactly how He wanted. In Psalm chapter 139, it says, "You made all the delicate inner parts of my body. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it." You see, God made you who you are for a reason. So don't fall into the comparison trap, but be exactly who God created you to be. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again for another video next week.